We last left Gohan on the lookout, where he brought Piccolo to train alongside him and the other Z fighters. A year of time was standing between them and the arrival of the Saiyans, but the added benefit of Gohan being ready to fight right away, giving Piccolo and Gohan an additional 6 months to train with each other, would greatly change how the story plays out. Meanwhile, Goku will spend roughly 6 months running Snake Way before he can begin training with King Kai. He'll get there a little sooner than in canon though, because he's slightly stronger due to his training with Gohan before the Saiyan Saga even began. So, a year passes and it's time for the Saiyans to arrive on Earth. Obviously, today's Dragon Ball What If is What If Gohan was like Goku Part 2. Before the battle begins, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more Dragon Ball content. Also, check out my second YouTube channel, youtube.com/Carthu, where I live stream every Monday through Friday, and my Twitch channel, where I stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, starting this Monday. I hope to see you there. After just under a year of training, the Saiyans arrive on Earth in just over 11 months, not a full 12. The Z fighters can sense their arrival, as well as a city getting destroyed along with it. They decide to leave the lookout and make their way for somewhere far from civilization. The powers they faced were enough to destroy the Earth itself were they not careful enough during this fight. Vegeta and Nappa arrive at the wasteland with the Z fighters present, and Vegeta tells them that they could never hope to outrun them. Piccolo remarks that they'd never run, just going to a fitting place for their graves. Vegeta laughs at Piccolo's remarks and tells Nappa to check their power levels. The Cybermen should be more than enough for these mongrels. After checking their power levels, Nappa can see that the Earthlings are each in the hundreds. Even accounting for their power fluctuation and the potential stronger Namekian, there's no way they could overcome the Cybermen. But as we all know, in the original, the Z fighters were more than enough for the Cybermen. In this version, I'd say that remains true, but the Z fighters are actually stronger here. For the humans, having Piccolo and Gohan to help amplify their strength would give them at least a 50% increase in my opinion, and this means Tenshinhan is at 2,745, Krillin is at 2,655, and Yamcha is at 2,220. But it could be higher, considering the fact that they leave the lookout after they surpass Kami in the original, while they would stay and train with Piccolo and Gohan in this version of the events. With this power increase, Yamcha is barely able to survive the self-destructing Cybermen, and in a fit of rage, Gohan destroys all the Cybermen with ease. Piccolo and Gohan are far and away the most powerful characters fighting for Earth, due to the half-a-year head start they had on training, providing them a 2 times raw power boost. This means that Gohan is at a power level of 5,600 and Piccolo is at a power level of 7,000. It's starting to become clear that this battle will not go the way it did originally. Nappa decides to step up to battle next. With his power level of 5,000, it seems like he'll be no match for Piccolo and Gohan, but the humans are actually the ones who step up for this fight. They ready themselves as Nappa powers up, and Piccolo scoffs when he does.
They'd better not rely on strength for this fight, cause they just don't have enough of it.
Having trained together under not one, but 2 of the same masters, Krillin, Yamcha, and Tenshinhan are able to coordinate far more effectively than most fighters on Earth. Vegeta chuckles as Nappa is consistently blindsided and misdirected. His inability to sense ki has him falling for techniques like the Afterimage and the Taioken, allowing him to be hit off guard. While they lack the ability to deal massive damage, they could continue to chip away at the hulking Saiyan. Nappa was starting to become flustered and, more importantly, annoyed that Vegeta was finding this so amusing. He decided to take this more seriously and charged at Yamcha, cutting off his arm as he did to Tenshinhan in the original version of events. Krillin regroups with Tenshinhan, realizing that Yamcha will die if they don't act quickly. Krillin says they need to make an opening for that technique. Tenshinhan nods and the two jump into the fight. Krillin kicks Nappa in the head to get him away from Yamcha. As he does, Gohan flies over and removes Yamcha from the battle, tying his headband around Yamcha's arm to stop the bleeding for now. Nappa tries to charge after Krillin, but as he swings at him, the after image fades, revealing that Krillin was long gone, and a blast hits Nappa in the back of the head, a Kikoho from Ten Shinhan. Like a wild animal, Nappa's attention immediately snaps to the next attacker, and he charges Ten Shinhan, who quickly uses the Taioken to blind not only Nappa, but Vegeta too. As Nappa's vision begins to slowly return, he swings wildly to try and land any hits at all, yelling that these stupid tricks mean nothing and they can't win by relying on things that don't actually hurt him.
Look at your friend, runts! You can't keep this up forever! Once my vision comes back, one of you is losing more than an arm!
Nappa's speech is cut short, quite literally, as his torso falls off of his lower body. Krillin's Kienzan was able to make contact and cut Nappa in half. No Vegeta to warn him this time. By using ingenuity and skill, the weaker humans were able to defeat the far stronger Saiyan. Vegeta slowly claps, applauding their efforts, but telling them it was a waste to use such a good tactic on Nappa when they didn't need to. That might have even worked on Vegeta if he had never seen it before, but now he knows that he just has to keep moving while blinded to avoid being killed. Simple enough. Not that he intended to give them that chance. Before they begin their battle though, Vegeta says that he has to at least make them even. He points his fingers at Yamcha, causing an explosion that kills him instantly.
Now both of our weakest have been removed from the battle. Shall we begin?
Krillin and Ten Shinhan are furious, but neither more so than Gohan. Senseless death was something that Gohan just couldn't tolerate. In a fit of rage, he charges at Vegeta and begins to take on the Saiyan Super Elite. Since Gohan is well-trained and more emotionally confident, his rage boosts are smaller. As I explained in my Gohan's Rage Explained video, rage boosts are just Gohan accessing power that he's unaware of. The more of his own power he can access via training, the less a rage boost will actually provide for him. Even with Rage, Gohan is only at a power level of 6500, still a power that's less than that of Piccolo. While Krillin and Ten Shinhan are blown away by how powerful Gohan is, even compared to Nappa, Piccolo knows that Gohan's just not strong enough to take on the Saiyan in front of him. But an opportunity presents itself. As Gohan continues to trade blows with a suppressed Vegeta, Piccolo sneaks behind the Saiyan and grabs his tail, but is quickly knocked away alongside Gohan. Vegeta tells them that the power in his weakest limb still exceeds their power in every way. Such a weakness wouldn't be exploitable by them. I haven't mentioned him as he hasn't been engaging in the battle under Ten Shinhan's direct orders, but Chaozu is here as well, or at least he was. He's still weaker than Raditz and not much of a fighter, but this was the most he could do. Using the distraction of Piccolo and Gohan to his advantage, Chaozu clenches onto Vegeta's back, and he telepathically says goodbye to Ten Shinhan and self-destructs. The dust settles and reveals that Vegeta was barely phased by the attack. His raw ki output was enough to even protect his armor as well.
A pathetic strategy that only a weakling would use.
We are down 2 Z-Fighters, and the question starts to enter everyone's minds. Where is Goku? Krillin even began to cry out for Goku to hurry up and get here. Gohan did the same. Vegeta asks if the Goku they're referring to is Kakarot, and if he's actually alive and coming to fight him. Krillin tells Vegeta that Goku is coming, and he'll be stronger than ever, and Gohan agrees. Vegeta laughs and tells them that he'll wait for Kakarot to arrive. 3 hours for the traitor to come and try to make a difference. He's already gotten revenge for Nappa, so he's satisfied for the time being. After only 2 hours of waiting, Goku arrives on the battlefield. Since he was stronger because of training with Gohan, he was able to travel Snake Way slightly faster to get slightly more training with King Kai as well. His speed and power were slightly higher this time around, allowing him to make it before the slaughter could really begin. Things begin to line up more with the original story here. The difference is that Goku has a power level of 10,000 in this version, which drastically improves his power while using the Kaioken. A Kaioken times 2, for example, is now more powerful than Vegeta, and a times 3, which was still more spammable than times 4, was just devastating in comparison. This allowed Goku to really make this fight something easy for himself until Vegeta eventually begged for his life. As he did with Raditz, Goku is a fool and tries to let Vegeta escape, but the Saiyan doesn't seek escape. He sought the moon. But where is the moon? That's right, on the lookout, Gohan almost transformed under the effects of the full moon, but Kami was quick to remove his tail before it could finish the transformation. Piccolo then remembered Raditz saying he could do something similar because of his tail. Without hesitation, Piccolo destroyed the moon and in turn ruined Vegeta's plans. Vegeta returned to the battlefield and said as an act of gratitude he'd show Goku something. Vegeta forms an energy ball and throws it into the sky, creating an artificial moon. Because of Goku's immense strength and the power that the energy ball drains from Vegeta on its own, Vegeta had fallen to a power level of merely 6,000. But that wouldn't matter once he transforms into the mighty OOZARU. Everyone joins the fight now. They need more than raw strength if they're going to have a chance at defeating this beast. Ten Shinhan and Krillin tried the Taioken Kienzan combo to cut off Vegeta's tail, but as he said earlier, it wouldn't work on him now. Vegeta begins to swat them all away like flies. Goku was the only one even remotely keeping up with Vegeta by using Kaioken times 4, but it just isn't enough. Eventually, Gohan is flicked away, and the trauma triggers the regrowth of Gohan's tail as an emergency response, which of course means that Gohan begins to transform as well. With his base power level being 6,500, this means an OOZARU Gohan exceeds Vegeta's power level by 5,000. With some direction from the others and a bit more control over the form due to his more honed fighting sense, Gohan begins to fight Vegeta. Eventually, Gohan takes Vegeta down to the ground. This gives Goku the opportunity to pull Vegeta's tail away from him using the Kaioken, creating a big target for the Kienzan to hit. With that, Vegeta's tail is removed and he begins to revert to his base form. But Gohan goes to hit Vegeta with a finishing blow. However, before Gohan could land his hit, Goku steps in front of Vegeta and Gohan can't bring himself to hit his own father. One Kienzan later, Gohan is back to normal as well. Goku stands over the now scrambling Vegeta and stops him from escaping. He needed to talk with him before anything else. Goku also saw Vegeta as wasted potential, and wanted to be better than the Saiyan heritage Vegeta and himself came from. So, the battle with the Saiyans has concluded. But what will come next? With Vegeta now on Earth and under Goku's watch, what will happen on Namek? Will the journey still be made to Namek to revive Chaozu? Will Frieza be met and dealt with? Find out in the next part of What If Gohan Was Like Goku. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and check out my second channel and my Twitch if you're interested. And thank you for watching.